Hello, good morning from IBC 2017. Nicole Toscano with Luc Barra. Good morning.
Good morning.
So we are at the Panasonic stand talking about the new feature, new camera, EVA1. Okay, so we have some speculations about what are the improvements to EVA1, referring to the previous cameras of Panasonic. So can you tell us more about those improvements?
So actually in this range of camera we had nothing. There was a gap between a GH5 and VariCam LT. So it's not replacing another product, it's just a new camera. And so the GH5 has a Micro Four Thirds sensor, and this one is closer to the VariCam LT because it has a Super 35 sensor. It's a newly developed sensor. Super 35mm, same VariCam log curve as the VariCam, same color space exactly, the same VariCam gamut. We also have the same technology with the dual native ISO, which is a unique function from Panasonic. So you can switch between 800 and 2500 ISO with the same color, same contrast, same dynamic range. Then this camera can record an SD card, standard SD card. So I think this is very nice because it's the cheapest media on the market. And the performance in recording is very interesting because we can record internally 4K 422 10 bits up to 30p. And we plan to have a RAW output on the SDI output, 5.7K RAW. Because I didn't mention it, but the sensor is a 5.7K sensor. And we will also have a crop 4K RAW out of the SDI output up to 60p. So I think the nice performance of the camera is mainly the sensor because we have a higher resolution than 4K. As you know, with a single sensor, you need more than, if you want to have 2K, you need more than 2K. If you want to have 4K, you need more than 4K because it's a single sensor with a Bayer pattern. It's not a 3 sensor. So with 5.7K resolution, we can achieve on the picture a real 4K resolution with 2000 lines. We also have a HDMI output on the camera. This HDMI output is able to output 4K, 422 10 bits up to 60p. So if you have an external recorder, just like the Shogun Inferno, you can record 4K 60p in ProRes HQ, for example. We also have a standard EF mount. So it will fit with a lot of lenses, like this one is a big Angenieux zoom. On the new Angenieux zoom, now you can change the mount. You can have it in PL mount or EF mount. So this one is EF mount. We are also showing some Canon lenses, Sigma lenses, or Zeiss lenses. There's a lot of choice now in EF mount. And we're also showing a lot of different accessories. All accessories manufacturers started to build prototypes. We have now here a Shape accessories. We have accessories from Arri. We have accessories from Zacuto. We have accessories from Vocas, and they're all made for the EVA1. And we're also showing the Ronin 2, Ronin 2 from DJI, the gimbal stabilizer. I think we wanted to show it because one of the nice things on the EVA1 is that it's a very light and compact camera. The body is only 1.2 kilo. You can remove the grip very easily. You can remove the handle very easily with no screwdriver, and you have a very small box that you can use on a drone or on a gimbal stabilizer. So this camera is really made for almost everything. The look is very cinematic. It's really the VariCam look. It's a VariCam color science. It was the camera was designed by the VariCam engineers, so it will fit very well for all kind of independent filmmaking. Or as a camera B for the VariCam. It will fit very well for commercials, for music video, for corporate movie, or for documentaries. It's very light. The price is, I didn't mention the price, but the recommended price is 7,290 euros. and it will be available end of next month in October.
Very good. So, what do you think about this new innovating camera, especially as you mentioned before, for young filmmakers, independent filmmakers, and also video music, filmmakers? So there have been gossiping around that this is the new innovating camera and it's lighter to use, and the price is also more affordable. So, how do you think this is the impact on the market in Panasonic for the future?
I think what really changed with this camera is that you have a cinematic picture with we have a very high level of quality on a very small and affordable camera, and this is improving year after year, of course. But now we can record 4K internally in 4210 bits, which was not possible 1 year or 2 years before on any cameras. And this is now a new step for people who cannot afford to buy or to rent a very high-end camera. You can have a very cinematic look and very high performance in a very compact camera. And I think it's a new step in the production world.
Okay, so last question, talking about the new sensor. I think that it's going to improve the colorist work in post-production. So how this aspect is going to impact in the future also? Do you think that collaboration between actually the raw shot on camera and the colorist will be better, will be improved some limits or whatever?
Actually, what is nice and what I like very much is that you have the same color space, same log, same characteristic as the VariCam. So the VariCam, all the colorist, all the software, the color correction software already knows how to manage the color. We provide the IDT for the ACES workspace, for the ACES workflow. We provide LUT, and you can use the same LUT on the same IDT on VariCams and on the EVA1. So I think it's something new, and it's something that is really demanded. Some people want to shoot with they will rent the VariCam and they need a small camera for to shoot on a drone or to shoot on a gimbal, and they are always scared that the picture will not match with the two camera. And now we have a solution for this with the VariCam and the EVA1. The two colors, the colors from the sensor will perfectly match. And we have the same color workflow for both. So you don't have to validate before the shooting that every time you have a new camera, you have to validate again the workflow and how to manage the color. And now you can use the same LUT and the same IDT for all cameras. So I think it's a big relief for post-production and the ITs and everybody.
Okay, so thank you very much, Luc, for your collaboration. And it was a really nice interview, so thank you for your time. And from Luc Barra, Nicole Toscano, Panasonic stand, IBC 2017 for Digital Production.tv. Thank you.